Okay, just as a sidebar, if you got a new device, maybe you had a hot wallet before with your MetaMask, and now you are looking to set yourself up with the interaction between Ledger and MetaMask. So you can do this a couple different ways, but if you ever wanted to know how to remove MetaMask and start fresh all over again, you just got to go to the little icon, right click that one, manage your extension, and you can then remove it. So it's removed. I'm going to go ahead and refresh the page. You see he's gone over here, and I'm going to start fresh. I'm going to go ahead and download. So I'm going to install this for Edge. One of the things that you have to be aware of, if you are going to hook up a ledger through MetaMask, it is dependent on your browser. So this particular ledger will be set up with Edge, which means every time I pick up this ledger device, I need to be on my Edge browser. I do have another wallet that is hooked up to my Brave browser, a completely separate account, which is the reason why I'm showing you this on Edge as opposed to my preferred Brave browser. You cannot have two ledgers on one MetaMask, so you do have to choose, which does limit your stuff. You can be Edge, you can be Firefox, you can be Brave, Safari if you're Apple. Might be a couple other ones. Oh, definitely Chrome. But so you have to keep that in mind, especially if you're going to have a bunch of different wallets as you progress onto your crypto journey. So again, here I am, MetaMask. I'm going to go ahead and install this for Edge. Get. All right, we're going to add that extension. And eventually it'll show up over here once it's done. There you go. It's here. I'm loving it, and you will pin it by using this puzzle piece. So here I am. I'm now on MetaMask. Okay. So I do love how he follows you. Anyway, get started. Now we're going to create a brand new wallet. Do not, and I repeat, do not import your Ledger C phrase into MetaMask. That would defeat the entire purpose of what you're doing. You're going to create a brand new MetaMask. Consider it a burner account, because whatever you create right here is not going to have your true assets. This is going to be your blocker. If you wish to mint some things that you don't know about, you can move money from your Ledger MetaMask account, which we're setting next, onto this one here that we call a burner, make a transaction, and then send that back home to your Ledger. So it allows you to have two accounts on MetaMask. One is a hot wallet, which you're probably trying to get away from, and the other is the Ledger link, which then becomes cold storage. And the value there is, even if somebody gets it, you have to physically plug in your Ledger and navigate your way through that transaction. So if you do not touch the device and confirm everything physically, nothing will actually happen, nothing moves, and that is the security of having a ledger. So moving forward, again, back to my MetaMask, I'm going to go ahead and agree. And we're going to create ourselves a password. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and agree, create. And this will create its own secret phrase. Okay, so hit next. There's your reveal. And since I am not going to keep this, you'll see me erase all this stuff at the end of this video. I'm going to go ahead and copy this. You would be writing this down just like you did your ledger. You're going to keep them in a safe. I would mark it by browser. So this is your MetaMask Edge browser at this point, and it'll be linked to your ledger, which has its own separate one that we did at the beginning of this video. So we're going to hit next. So you'd write this down. Nice thing is it's only 12 words as opposed to your 24, so less of a cramp, especially for people who don't write anything down anymore. Make sure you can read your own writing. This is not a race against time. And if you cannot read your own handwriting, if you lose this, there is nothing to help you. So, we're going to go ahead and follow itself through. So, there. In the order that it was. Okay, you would hit confirm and you are all done. So there you go. They're doing good there, and you're into your account. Okay, so you have your account. It is defaulted to ETH, right? So I have my ETH. Well, let's say I'm not doing this for ETH. I am doing this for Avalanche, per se. Okay, so you could go in here, you can add a network, and you can find this information. You can type it all in. And that's what I did for a very long time. But I recently found out there's a much faster way to do this. So I'm just going to go ahead and don't do anything on my MetaMask. I'm going to go to snowtrace.io. Snowtrace is the way to view transactions on the blockchain for Avalanche. So if you're on the Avalanche network, you want to see a transaction, look at your wallet, check anything, you will be going to Snowtrace. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down, and there's this great little thing called the Add C-Chain Network. Little MetaMask icon, click on that one. It pops up here and says, would you like to do it? And it does all that work for you. So you just hit approve. Boom. Now, I'm on the Avalanche network. Let's say I want to use Polygon or Matic. Their blockchain scanner is Polygon Scan. Okay, so polygonscan.com. Again, same idea. You can pop in your address, you can see all of your information, you can check out the wells, everything you want to do. But the reason we're here right now is they have the same thing. Down at the bottom, add Polygon network, which I'll go ahead and do so. Hit approve, and now I got Matic. So very quickly, we have created a MetaMask, we have added our Avalanche, we've added our Matic on there, and you're all set to send and receive. This is your address. So if I want to do it, just copy this, and again, you can show you. So we'll paste that in here, and you will see, well, nothing, because I haven't done anything yet, right? Great. Now, that's MetaMask. That's a good overall, that one. But we're here to set this up with a hardware wallet. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and connect your hardware wallet. You do want to make sure that your device is unlocked and you're on the Ether application. Alright, once that's set, then you can go ahead and pick your ledger and hit continue. And that is the one I want to connect to. So we're going to go ahead and look. And it always seems to be the very first one, but you would double check it again. Remember that address that we did in the Ledger Live Receive. Make sure it's there. Go ahead and unlock it. And there you go. You now have yourself on your ledger with all the things that you added to MetaMask. So that is now a completely separate account. So E72, then my burner account, which we created first, right? DOE. So this is how you switch. You go to your little icon, you can go to each one, and it does remind you that this is your ledger. Okay, so you can go through there and take care of that. You can also go into this account details, and you can view on Polygon here. Again, that's a nice quick way. QR code if you want somebody to send you something, and The other thing you can do is under your settings, see, and this is why you don't mess with MetaMask. It's always on the internet. All right, I come in, I pass it in. This is it. Now, be aware, this is of my burner account. This is not my ledger. Even though I'm selected the ledger, this is the one we created through here, and that's the only reason I showed you these words, so that you understand the difference between what you're doing. Now, remember, I'm going to end up deleting all this at the end. This is for educational purposes only, but it is something important for you to understand. I can double click this and remove this account. So if I remove this account, you'll see my ledger is gone, right? And if I want to get rid of my burner account, I'm going back to manage extension, delete, and remove. So if I were to go to MetaMask again, you will see that I'm effectively starting all over again as if it never happened. Right? I'm going to go grab that, add my extension. Right. So I'm back over here to get started, right? And again, create or input. Now, we will create a new one because, again, after it's all done, this is a brand new ledger for me and I do want to use it. So I will go through this exact same process offline, create myself a real account, and go from there.